Skip it up and that up. Okay, on a light note, I'm going to start off this video by saying Brutal Legend is an absolutely amazing game, and I'm disappointed in myself for waiting so long to play it. I got it for $4.99 on Steam during one of their sales, and it is fun as all hell. It is worth a hell of a lot more than that. If you could, I think it's for the Xbox 360 and I think PS3. So if you have change in your pocket, skip your expensive cup of coffee or your Subway sandwich and get this game. It's amazing. I'm enjoying the hell out of it. Anyway, alright, so I'm going to say this right now. I'm not a delusional idiot that doesn't believe racism does not exist. I know it does. I've seen racism firsthand. I know racism is still a problem in America, and I'm not going to deny that. There are people that are delusional and think it doesn't exist, and they are also idiots. But one thing I don't like, and I know it's taboo for a white dude to talk about this, but I don't give a shit, is when racism is used as an excuse. Now, there was a podcast on Broken Games channel, and it was him, Hard 8 Times, Shokio, Black Bond, talking about, I think that was all that was on there. I didn't watch the full thing. I watched about maybe a little less than half of it. And they were talking about how race plays a factor in how much success you have on YouTube. And if you're black, you're going to have, this is just a nutshell, I'll have a link to the podcast below. If you're black, it seems that the black people in the YouTube community don't seem to get on top. It's usually the white guy, even if they're boring or whatever, they seem to be the ones that, you know, get the most subs, and it's race that plays a factor in that. And especially Hard 8 believes that even more so, it seems, than everyone else that was in the podcast. Well, for Hard 8, I got a question for you. How these guys are black, at least as far as I could see. So how did they get to where they got on YouTube? Let me list them for you. Marquise Brown Lee, Wilson Tech 1, Soldier Knows Best, Black Nerd Comedy, and yes, differences aside, Blackbuster Critic, aka Blackbuster Show. The dude just made his new channel less than a year ago, or about a year ago, and he's already at like 35,000 subs, and he gets a shitload of views per video. They're all black? Is it their race holding them back? I mean, shit. Soldier Knows Best has almost 6 times, a little less than 6 times the amount of subscribers that I do. He's black. Maybe it's because he makes very enjoyable content and people don't care about the color of his skin? I think that may be the reason why he has so many subs. I just can't stand, it makes me angry when racism or race is used as an excuse, when it's not really there. When there's racism truly there, when there's a white person hating on a black person just because of their skin, or a black person hating on a white person, I've seen that too, because of their skin color, and they don't know anything about this person, they just hate them because of their race, I can't stand that. But when it's an excuse, when racism is just an excuse because it's just an easy thing to say, that they feel that people feel like, oh, they can't say anything about it because it's racism, so it's a delicate topic, so even though I was owned in every other matter, I could still whip out the race card as a last-ditch effort. Let me explain to you an example when that happened. I go to Planet Fitness, and there was an Albanian dude there, and I used to work there a while back, and he gave me a problem too, okay? And he was walking in. I was, I think, getting a drink at the counter. And he was there. And there's a rule of Planet Fitness. If you're a Black Card member, your guest has to have an ID. And this dude, and even when I worked there, time and time again, I wanted to reach across the counter and slap the shit out of him. Time and time again, his friend wouldn't have an ID, and he would fucking fight you every time, okay? And I saw him giving this new dude there, because I don't work there anymore, I saw him giving this new dude the same issue. And the guy was like, look, the employee was like, look, there's a sign right here. Your friend has to have a guest, or I can't let you in. You gotta go home and get his ID. Okay? And he was like, the Albanian dude was like, I'm gonna fuck you up, da-da-da-da-da. He's like, I know why you're doing this. You're doing this just because of my accent and because of where I'm from. Because I'm not from America. And I'm thinking to myself, I can't say anything right now. I got to shut up. And I'm thinking, no, he's saying it because you're being a dick and you don't want to follow the rules. He was using his ethnicity and his nationality as an excuse because he knew he had nothing else. And I see that with, it's not just black people. I see it with every race. And that problem is when you use that, and this is why that video, that podcast bothered me, because when you use racism as an excuse, even when I'm not saying there's not racism on YouTube, but when you make it bigger than what it is and use it as an excuse, it perpetuates it. It keeps it going. And then everyone, say there's a white person that's racist towards all black people, and he comes, and it makes black people think all white people are racist, or vice versa. If there's one black dude who simply doesn't like white people because that person's white, it makes the white person think, oh, fuck black people then because all black people are racist. So when excuses like this are used and they're not founded, it just perpetuates racism, and it just makes humanity take 10 steps back. And the whole thing about there being more successful YouTube channels with white people on them, look, man, I could tell you right now, because here's one of the things that I constantly get. I get PMs all the time. Dudes want shout-outs. And yes, I do check out the channels. I don't give shout-outs. Here's why. Because I can't shout everyone out, because if I did, that's all, my channel would just become a shout-out channel. And then people will be like, why'd you shout him out, not me? And it would just turn into a mess. Believe me, it's not an elitist thing. I wish I could give you the shout-outs. It would just be a mess if I did. But I'll tell you right now, most of the people that want the shout-outs are white. Because that's the thing I hear, oh, the white people always seem to go to the top. No, there's a ton of small channels with white people on them that are running the YouTube channels that don't get anywhere. YouTube's tough for anybody. It's tough for anybody to get, because it's such a, flooded, I would dread starting a YouTube channel now. Because it would be almost impossible to get anywhere. And there's channels of people who make great content that are smaller than me, that I feel they should be bigger than me, and they're run by white people. It isn't a race. I mean, yes, man, there's racism out there, but come on, man, it's not about racism this time. It's not. And to say, me, for example, why'd your channel get big? Dude, I don't know. I don't know why my channel got big. I ain't shit. I'm a fat, hairy Italian guy who does commentaries and has gameplay footage over them. I don't know why my channel got big. You can't say it's because of my washboard abs and tight ass. You can't say it's because of that. Do you really think people give a fuck? Especially since 95% of my videos don't show my face. That's going to be changing soon. I'm getting a shotgun mic within the next week and a half. But do you think people are like, oh man, Rich, for those he's so sexy for that one out of every 300 videos he makes, he shows his face, I have to sub to him. No, it doesn't. This one, I'm not saying racism ain't there. I know I sound like a broken fucking record, but this one isn't about it. And don't use it when racism is there. Yes, call it out, but this one is not about racism. So it's bullshit that you're calling it out like that. So anyway, let me know what you think. Do you think it is about racism? I'm not going to attack people, okay? As long as you don't say anything hateful, I'm not going to attack people. Put your thoughts in the comment section below. If you think it's about racism, great. If you don't, great. Explain why either way. Anyway, this is Rich of Review Tech USA. As you can see, I'm back in full swing doing news topics and things like this now. Make sure to rate, comment, favorite, and subscribe. And as always, thank you for supporting my channel. Have a good one.